Alright here, so let's talk about the new talents for assassination rogues here. In the 10.05 here, we got overall, we got a new talent, AOE shiv. So today I'm gonna show the build I've been playing in Mythic Plus here with AOE shiv, with indiscriminate carnage. This build here has it all. It has great damage, it has great AOE, it has burst AOE, it has dots, it has AOE enraged spells. It has decent single target, a lot of survivability, a lot of base leech, and it is incredibly fun to play. And probably most important to all of you raiding rogues out there, it uses the exact same gear, almost, with a few trinkets difference. More on that in a later video. I'll make a quick guide on how you play this spec here. For now, we're gonna go over the talent, give you guys some options, and a little bit of how it plays out. Alrighty, here we have the talent tree. And guys, if you like and enjoy this video here, don't forget to leave a like. Consider subscribing to the channel for more guides once we get a bit more into the season, and once I'm done with my rogue, and once my rogue is no longer needing as much attention, I'll go over to some of the other melee classes that I have prepared. So the talent trees here are as follows. We make sure here we take indiscriminate carnage, and we take arterial precision, which is like the AOE shiv talent. So what this does here, shiv strikes 4 additional targets, so 5 targets total, increases bleed damage as well on those targets for 20%. This whole talent build is based on bleed. We have 20% increased Garrote damage. We have 50% increased Garrote damage. Now we have 20% increased more Garrote damage. Our tier set is also 20% more Garrote damage and other bleed damage. We have Center Deploy, which gives us a massive amount of ability. Our main AoE, guess what? Also a bleed. Our single target burst, yes, more bleeds. Bleeds for days. Our mutilate bleeds. This build here works around just getting bleeds everywhere, and arterial precision is insane for getting extra bleed damage out. Oh yeah, by the way, guess what? Poisons and bleed does 45% more damage to stuff in execute range. You can do some serious carnage with this build here. It is absolutely fun. So, a little bit about the talents here. I'll go over the base things here that I choose. So I have been working around here. So tricks is actually something I didn't used to have because I was used to my tanks holding aggro. Tricks is good to have for obvious reasons, so you can get your aggro to some tank. I have traded that instead of like numbing or atrophic poison. Fleet-footed, AoE, less physical damage taken. Weapon damage, poisons, fine. Master Poisoner is really fine. Deadly precision. More crit chance of attacks that generate combo points. This is really nice because this flows really well with Seal Fate. Because if we crit with our combo point generators, we gain more combo points. Which also ties really well into lethality. Which more crit chance and crit strike damage on stuff that generates combo points. Meaning that if we don't have that many targets, because Fan of Knives works differently from Shuriken Storm, and if Fan of Knives hits 5 enemies and doesn't crit, 1 combo point. If all 5 crits, 5 combo points. These are really nice to have, especially for maintaining damage. One of the options you can do is that you can take this lethality here and take Thistle Tea. Then you have Thistle Tea, you have like a little mastery buff, and if you're low on haste, this helps mitigate some energy starvation you might feel on a boss. If it's boss heavy week, you might go with this. Personally, I like to just keep it simple. This button's about the same damage according to the simulations that I have done on my characters. This is one of the options you can do, and I would recommend simming if you want like the optimum position. Like always sim your own characters, find what is best. Over on the assassination talent trees, like rest is pretty standard over here. On the assassination talent tree, we are filling it up here. We don't really want to improve poisons. Like anything that gives us more AoE or more bleed is what we're gonna take. And we are just gonna go from Shadow Step. We are gonna go straight down Bloody Mess, improve Garrote, Master Assassin, Lethal Dose. Then I like to take Doomblade. You could also put Doomblade into Exsanguinate if you want a bit more single target damage. I really dislike playing Exsanguinate. This sims quite a bit better, but like it just feels terrible to play. But because it's single target and it's a 3-minute cooldown, especially if you don't have a 3-minute trinket. This here is off. Another option if you're going to be doing a lot of CC is that you can take internal bleeding on small packs if you need kidney shots. That generates a lot of free damage as well. Might be better than Doomblade. Personally, I prefer Doomblade. Shrouded Suffocation, Center Blood, Indiscriminate Carnage. So, we have a lot of stuff that is, when we come out of stealth, Garrett does a crap ton of damage. That we want to abuse with Indiscriminate Carnage, which is also why I play Night Elf, because we have Shadow Melt and we can get an extra Vanish fighting packs, which is like insanely good. Lightweight Shiv, since we are playing this talent here, this here is mandatory for obvious reasons. Cut to the chase, really nice. When we're playing Slice and Dice, you do not necessarily need to maintain Slice and Dice, especially if you're on a bigger April, it's not really worth it. But if you have like some priority damage you need to get out anyway, it is great value to keep that up with an Venom weaved in every once in a while, depending on the situation. Also really nice for boss fights. Drone Precision or AOE. Yes. More damage, more crit, which ties well into Seal Fate and all the other things we took. Again, Fan of Lights, more crit. Systemic Failure. There's not really any other option because we are going to need Tiny Toxic Blade. 500% increased damage on Shiv. So Shiv turns basically into like a... Like Shiv normally is like... Doesn't do any damage. Like, it does a little bit, but this here, Tiny Toxic Blade, bam! Big hitting ability, like 40 to 50k damage on my character. That is about 4-2 for free item level. Soldix Recipe, the finisher that, execute bleed damage, and then we're gonna take Arterial Precision. And this is basically covering the talents. And there is some options. You could potentially move Doomblade up into Iron Wire if you need some silence or some more control and trade in some of the damage. There is option. You feel free to play around with it here. If you find like something that is like super fun or super helpful to play, the Gouge could also be very useful. Feel free to leave them in the comments down below. That would be really helpful. And yeah, I'll happy to give my thoughts or if you have any questions for the talents. And also in the pin comment, I'll pin the import string for the talents. So like I'll go share garbage clipboard and I'll pin the results in the string. So you can go down there, get it, and leave a like and subscribe to the channel while you're down there, if you like and enjoy what I do. Alrighty, so I've ventured down into the training dummy area here to show you a little bit about like how we do the AOE burst. So there's like two ways you can set this up here. So I'll explain both of them and then I'll show you the standard typical way I open and do my AOE damage. So the first one that you could, for example, use in like the first couple of packs in the could is like the double Garrett way into Death Mark on like a main tie that needs some priority damage, especially at the moment right now. It's bolstering weak, so priority damage is really good to like make sure we get out and get some stuff out. So basically what we are going to do here is we are going to use Indiscriminate Carnage. We are going to make sure we get our Garrett up empowered on all targets. We are going to get Crimson Tempest up. We are going to use our Echoing Reprimand to make sure we get a Carnage proc or Carnage use with a 7 combo point Rupture. And then we're going to put Shiv up and we're going to use our unused trinkets. So, and the only thing you would do different here is you would double Garrett into Death Mark on like a priority target if you have one. So allow me to try and see if I can get this here in one take. Let's see. I've already fucked up one take, Chris. It's not happening. All right. So Carnage into Garrett. And we get the combo points. Get this one up there. There. We pop this one here. And we could use a... Should have been a Crimson Tempest there. And then we just let it rip. And if you are having the talents that are like Facility, you would use Facility to like amp up your damage here. What you can do in this situation here, you can vanish and like get another set of like empowered Garrots up or make sure you maintain them out. And just keep pumping. For finishing off the pack, I would maintain like 2 to 3 of Ruptures and 2 to 3 of Garrots. Shiv on cooldown and just hit it. And that is basically how it looks here. Like pretty decent damage here for my little 402 item level, if I do say so myself. And yeah, again, I hope you liked and enjoyed this little video here. Don't forget, I also stream over on twitch.tv/killerchris. Go and drop me a follow over there. We do a lot of community stuff. We have like a awesome in-game community and Discord server here. You can come and be a part of it if you need some cool, friendly people to game with. We do raids, we do Mythic Plus, and we do have a lot of fun. So I hope to see you in the Discord server and in the live stream. And yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this here. And if you liked and enjoyed this video here, don't forget to check out the package Blizzard sent me. A collector's edition, and that is over there. And a bunch of other cool things like these coasters.